guys, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper. I'm here today with my August book haul, which was pretty good. Some that were gifted to me and some that I purchased. Actually, I think I only purchased one. Yeah, that's true. I only purchased one. So let's get started. So let's start with the one I purchased. I did a thing. I joined the Book of the Month Club. My friend joined, she sent me an affiliate link, and I took the plunge. So I do have an affiliate link in my description box below. So if you want to join the Book of the Month Club as well, you certainly can do that. Your first book is $9.99. After that, it's $14.99 a month. You get one book. You can add some on for an additional cost. And you can skip a month as long as you want. So that, for me, sounded like a great way of keeping my book budget under control and getting the books I really want to read sooner than later. So the first one is The Night Swim by Megan Golden. I had heard this, was anticipating it, and it was so exciting to see that it was on the August list for me. This is about a woman whose name escapes me, Rachel Crawl, who has a podcast, and she's pretty famous, true crime podcast. I love those. I listen to a lot of them, and she investigates different crimes across the U.S., and she comes upon a crime that happened in a small town, and it was a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer, I think, or a gymnast. Yeah, it must be a swimmer because it's called The Night Swim. Okay, swimmer who is accused of raping a child, and she's actually the granddaughter of the police chief, and so there's a trial happening, and she goes there, and then some other things start happening, which I don't want to know. I just want to read it. I can't wait. Great thriller, and I think this is her debut novel. Is it? Oh, no, she has another novel called The Escape Room, so I think this is going to go on my list fairly soon. We'll see. I'd like to have included it for my September TBR, but I didn't get it on that list right away. So, yeah. Little Free Library, strolls around the neighborhood. I ended up getting Then and Always by Danny Atkins. I love this cover. Look at those silhouettes with this photograph blurred inside of that. So cute. So this follows another Rachel who has a tragedy occur. Don't know what it is, but something terrible happens, and she's devastated by grief. And then 5 years later, she goes back to her hometown, and it's her friend's wedding, and she's really struggling with the memories and the grief and all the things that happened to her. And at some point, she has a fall. And when she wakes up from being unconscious, she discovers that her life is totally different than it was before the fall. It sounds a little like What Alice Forgot. Some of you might be thinking, by Leanne Moriarty. Yes, it does sound a little like What Alice Forgot, which I adored, by the way. So it is short, and I'm just going to give it a shot because the plot is very intriguing to me. So we'll see. I also got Deception Point by Dan Brown, which I have read before, and it's been a long time, and I didn't have a copy anymore. I don't know if I unhauled it or what, but this follows some sort of a discovery by a satellite, and it needs to be authenticated, and so they bring in all these experts, and the government is involved, as I recall, and there's some sort of, as I remember, there's some sort of faction of people that wants it to be authenticated maybe, and those that don't. I don't know. I just remember enjoying it a lot. It is not one of the Robert Langdon series. It's a standalone by Dan Brown, but it was there, and it's in really good shape, so I picked it up to add to my Dan Brown collection. And my friend Heidi, thank you Heidi, sent me a copy of Kate Morton's The Lake House. This was an advanced reader's copy. I don't know if it was sent to her, or she acquired it somehow. I didn't even ask, but I knew it was coming. She told me she was going to send it to me. I was so excited. This one really intrigues me. I love all of Kate Morton's, but this one is about a crime as well, and an investigation of a crime. So it goes back from 1933 to present day, and it is about the story of Alice Edvane, who was a famous crime writer whose brother died or disappeared, I think, when he was 11 months old. I don't think he died. He disappeared. And then there's a detective in London who reopens it, and helps Alice to discover the truth about what happened to her brother. So that sounds great fun. And I love this cover. A lot of people have been picking this up lately, even though it came out some time ago. And, I love me some Kate Morton. So this is going to be something that goes on my list fairly soon, I would say. So this was published, I think, in 2015. So it's been out a while. I just never did get to it. This one came out before The Clockmaker's Daughter, for sure. Then a friend of mine who knows how much I love reading and researching and understanding all kinds of spiritual texts and information. One of the things I love the most is just learning about other religions and about traditions and all of those things that go with that. So he gave me a box of a couple of books, and one of them is actually The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, which I had. I know you're thinking, Before the Storm. Yes, of course, it was Before the Storm. I had this book and I lost it. And even more exciting, I recently just finished a 21-day meditation challenge that was created by Deepak Chopra and the Chopra Center, and I finished it, and it was all based on the 7 spiritual laws to success and creating abundance in your life. So it was great fun. I do adore Deepak Chopra. I remember enjoying this at the time, and I loved that 21-day meditation. It was so helpful to me right now. Just meditating of any sort right now really is helpful to me. So I can't wait to look at this again. It's a tiny little book, hardback. I so appreciate the replacement of that copy. Then this fascinated me beyond belief, The Secret Gospel of Thomas by Elaine Pagels. So Elaine is a researcher, scholar on Christian texts, and she discovered some information about some additional writing that did not get into the Bible as we know it, that was written by Thomas. And it says she breathes new life into writings once thought heretical. Yeah, so that seems to be a very exciting read. And so if you're not familiar with the story of Thomas, he is the disciple who doubted that it was Jesus who was resurrected. And so he questioned that Jesus had come back to life. And the phrase that we use now, doubting Thomas, is based on Thomas's for disbelief. And so I think that's a great title for it. It's a nice short book. I'm hoping it's not too academic for me, that it is a little bit more easy on the reader who's not a person who reads a lot of academic research nonfiction. But I'm excited to take a look at this. And then finally, even more exciting maybe, is a book about Yule, which is a subtitle, A Celebration of Light and Warmth by Dorothy Morrison. I also love learning about all holiday traditions that are associated with the month of December and January and beyond. 3 Kings Day, when I lived in Puerto Rico, I learned about and celebrate a little bit. And Hanukkah, I'm fascinated with the history and richness of Hanukkah, as well as Kwanzaa. So I love all things that are holiday related. And this is a great exploration of the traditions of Yule, the ancient ways in which Yule was celebrated. There are some crafts in here, evergreen garlands, and some ideas for that. There are recipes in here, crafts for children. Like I said, information about Yule, how to make a Yule log, superstitions. The recipes alone are just fantastic. And a daily event calendar that you could use to lead up to Yule, which is also called the winter solstice if you're not familiar. And there are some ways in which you can celebrate that, which we do sometimes have a Yule log on display and with candles and different things in it. Haven't done for a couple of years now, but we used to do it more often. I think when the kids were at home, or when one of the kids was at home anyway. But I'm so happy about this. It's so pretty too, with the Yule wreath. So I can't wait to research more about that. And if you watch my channel, I got 2 books last year about Christmas. One's a Victorian Christmas and one is a history of Christmas. And so imagine how much reading I can be doing in December just about the holidays and traditions. I could even start early in November. I can't wait. I know. I'm such a geek about holidays. Halloween and Christmas, by far my favorite holidays, probably everyone's favorite holidays. I'm probably not alone in that, but I really am so looking forward to this year because it's just going to be a magical, beautiful celebration, I think. If we can do anything during COVID, we can decorate our homes and create new traditions, even if it's just for ourselves, and just enjoy and celebrate the magic of those holidays that we love. So I cannot wait. All right, thanks for joining me today for this tiny-ish book haul, and thanks to my friends for gifting me these great reads, and as always, happy reading. Bye.